Hello, I'm Ric Blackwell. Israel's prime minister says the world must not allow Iran to attain nuclear weapons.
Imagine what Iran would do with nuclear weapons. And this same Iran vows to annihilate Israel. If it develops nuclear weapons, it would have the means to achieve that goal.
Benjamin Netanyahu is in Washington, D.C. today, where he spoke to the AIPAC conference. He also says despite disagreements, the relationship between Israel and the U.S. is growing stronger. Prime Minister Netanyahu will speak before a joint session of Congress tomorrow, where he's expected to urge lawmakers to hold off on a nuclear agreement with Iran. Secretary of State John Kerry is in Switzerland today, also discussing Iran's nuclear program.
Any deal must close every potential pathway that Iran has towards fissile material, whether it's uranium, plutonium, or a covert path.
Kerry defended Israel's record before the UN's Human Rights Council during his visit to Geneva. ISIS has now apparently released 19 Christians taken hostage late last month in Syria. Almost all of them were captured by the terror group during raids on villages in northern Syria. It's not clear why ISIS let them go. 3 Republican senators promised to step in if a court blocks Obamacare subsidies. Oral arguments are set for Wednesday in a challenge to Obamacare. If it's successful, 6 million Americans could lose their subsidies. Now, the senators, Orrin Hatch, Lamar Alexander, and John Barrasso said in a Washington Post article they have a plan just in case. The Justice Department will soon release its report accusing the Ferguson, Missouri Police Department of racial bias during traffic stops. Now, according to the New York Times, the report criticizes Ferguson for unequally ticketing, fining, and arresting African Americans. The report also says the city relies on those fines to supplement its budget. The DOJ may release the findings as soon as this week. In New York, 3 Attica prison guards plead guilty to official misconduct, but brutality charges were dropped as part of a plea deal. The guards are accused of beating an inmate back in August of 2011. The prisoner survived but was badly injured. Officials say this is the first time criminal charges have been brought against New York State prison guards for a non-sexual attack on an inmate. And tonight, Georgia will execute a female inmate for the first time in 7 decades. Kelly Renee Gissendaner was convicted of murdering her husband 18 years ago. Last week, the state's pardon board refused to change her death sentence to life in prison without parole. Federal judge rules that Nebraska's same-sex marriage ban is unconstitutional, but the ruling will not take effect for 1 week, and the Attorney General has already appealed the injunction. This comes after the ACLU sued the state on behalf of 7 same-sex couples. That's your Newsmax Now update. More news coming your way in 30 minutes. I'm Ric Blackwell.